What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for episode 38 of Tigers Franchise. We're here in the ALDS, ready to face the Yankees, and I'm pretty excited about this one. You know, the Yankees are the evil empire. They're still the most popular team in baseball. I don't think the Dodgers have passed them or anything, but they have kind of come down from that evil empire perch in terms of what it used to mean. You know, it used to be Yankees at the forefront of everything every year, competing, winning the World Series a ton. Obviously, they had their big stretch, I guess several years ago now. It is kind of crazy to think about that. But they're still a team that everyone targets. You love to beat them. You love to go into Yankee Stadium. So even in this sim here, they are the number one seed in this season, but they have not had the best sim going. In fact, this is just the second time that they've made the playoffs in our run here. 23, they went 86. They had 86 wins. 24, they had 81. Spiked up to 88, made the playoffs. Then down to 82 or 80 and 82. Excuse me. Their first sub 500 year since, holy crap, since 1995. Wow, that's an incredible run. But then jumped back up to 94 this year, got the number one seed, and here they are waiting for us after we defeated the Rays 3-0. In the wild card. Meanwhile, the M's took care of the Orioles 3-0, and they're going to face the 2-seed Twins, which should be us, but that's neither here nor there. Let's take a closer look at this Yankees ball club in terms of their ranks. 7th in runs scored, 4th in runs allowed. But then it's interesting because the first thing that jumped out when I kind of snapshot looked at this was the 2nd and 3rd rankings here for slugging, OPS, WAR, WOBA. Although the interesting thing is there's a lot of overlap there. So when you see these 4 rankings that are 2nd or 3rd, you're like, oh, this is going to be an amazingly powerful offense. But then we see the 7th in runs scored because they're only 8th in OBP and 13th in batting average. So they don't string any hits together. They don't get on base a ton. It's kind of that all or nothing power offense. Now, this can be an offense. In fact, this is kind of how some of the recent Yankees offenses have gone, and they've gone cold in October. And it does lead people to say, oh, well, you can't build an October offense like that because if they go cold, you're going to be out early. And yet the data still says if you hit home runs in the playoffs, you can win. Like that's a great way to win consistently, is to have the most home runs, because quick strike offense is better than having to string things together and build a rally. It's just, I think what would be better said about an offense like this is that the range of outcomes is much wider. You can get hot, go on a run, get all the way to the World Series and win it. Or you usually have a lot of swing and miss with this team, and they're 13th, tied for 13th in strikeouts. So it can go cold, not hit very many home runs at all, score 0 to 2 runs every game, and be out in the first round. Right? It can go either way with this kind of offense. So I don't think it's necessarily the wrong way to build. It's just that you better be prepared for some rotten playoff appearances when the ball isn't leaving the yard and it looks like your offense can't do anything. I've suffered this fate in this game before, not necessarily with the Tigers, although I think one of our playoff years was a little all or nothing. But back with my Expos, the Reds at times, where I'd have these offenses that were so driven on the home run, and then we would just get all these opportunities and not come through with the 3-run homer when we needed it late in the game, and end up getting ousted early despite being a high seed. On the pitching side, I do see lots of fourth place rankings, 4th in overall ERA, 4th in runs allowed, hits allowed, opponent's average, BABIP. But again, I guess some of that's overlap again. Hits allowed, opponent's average, and BABIP are all related. So it's not really saying that much to see all of those in 4th. They do have strong defense, 2nd in efficiency, 3rd in zone rating, so that's pretty good. All in all, they look like a good team. They're a deserving number 1 seed, but we are hoping to thwart them. Let's get into the ball club itself and tour the diamond here. Behind the dish, they have Will Banfield as their catcher. This is a classic Sporer starting catcher here, where the offense isn't anything to write home about, but it's awesome defense. 65 ability, 75 arm. Although I will say they are at a threshold that is just too low for me on the offense. I'm not taking 480 plus plate appearances of a 45 WRC plus and then a 36 this year. That's light even for me with a good defender. We got 70 out of Bailey, and Dingler was 70 himself, but that's part of why he got replaced, because 70 was too low for me. So I say classic in terms of the shape, classic in terms of the shape of catcher that I usually want, but not in terms of what this offensive production is. I would not settle for that long. A guy named Roniker Palma is backing him up. And now he has an 82 WRC plus. He's 55 ability, 60 arm. So, I mean, it's an okay backup. You're getting more offense, but he just makes a lot of contact. He's an 80 avoid K, but 35 I, 35 homer. They don't get a lot out of catcher. Let's just leave it at that. First base, Paul Goldschmidt. We talked about him when they signed him to a $25 million 2-year deal. Which I said weirdly because it's 2-year $50 million, which is 25 per. I don't know why I can't talk today. It's almost as if I kind of talk professionally. I do podcasts and streaming and videos, and yet some days I just have no idea how to do it. But anyway, we did get into this a little bit when he signed with them, and we talked about how Goldie has had a brilliant trajectory. He's really aged very well. Going to Colorado certainly helped, and it allowed him to bounce back from one of his worst years, which was 2024, when he was down to a 107 WRC plus and just 2 wins. He doubled his wins up to 4 with a 133 WRC plus in Colorado, kept it going with a great year in Cleveland, and then a pretty damn good this year at age 40 here as the Yankees. This actually might be his age 39 season too. It is, so he'll be age 40 next year. He's only 1 month into his 40th year on the planet. 124 WRC plus, 2.3 WAR, 22 bombs. Goldie's going to be scary, guaranteed. Oswald Peraza is the second baseman, and this seems like something that they don't want. Where is Glaber? Actually, let's check injuries before we get into the rest of this, because that might give us some answers. Oh no, Volpe is who I should have been looking for, because wait, Glaber's there and he's at third. Volpe was who we're looking for at second base over Peraza, because he had 600 plate appearances of a league average bat with 3.6 WAR. So a really nice 4-win season for Volpe, but he's out with a hamstring strain that he suffered back in mid-September, and he's going to have 1 more week of that left. Oh, darn, he's going to miss our series. What a bummer. Listen, I don't root for injuries. Well, in real life, mostly, I don't really care about video games, but when we get one in our favor here where they're going to be down a player, I'm certainly not going to be that upset about it. So that's one guy that they're without. Joe Ryan has been out all year. He went out with the torn UCL. Actually, excuse me. No, he's not been out all year. He's out for a year is what I should say. He was lost on September 5th. So they had 2 big losses in September with Volpe and Ryan. And of course, Ryan's going to carry over into next year. Now, he wasn't a god for them or anything with a 4.68 ERA and a 1.29 whip, but a capable 4th starter type there that they lost somewhat recently. And that explains why Mitch Spence, with no stats, is their 4th starter right now. Dairo Perez, he looks pretty damn good too. Damn, this is a solid loss. 65 home run, 70 I. He tore a thumb ligament on September 21st. Man, they had a brutal September. Number 1 seed, hanging out, thinking this is going well, and they have 3 big injuries that could really impact their playoff chances here. He was a 3-win guy for the 2nd straight season, 113 WRC plus, 33 bombs, only hit 206, but with a 325 OBP, you can live with that because it came with a 464 slug as well. He was also 14 for 14 on the bases. Dairo Perez, really nice. Now, obviously, we're hoping to beat them, but they do at least have this to look forward to. If they are able to take us down, they're going to have Perez and Volpe returning into the next series. Volpe would be back for the LCS. Perez would be one of those decisions where, depending how deep this series goes, they would have to decide if they want to put him on the roster and take the chance that he's back in time to contribute. But let's not talk about those theoreticals because we don't want them to go that far. We want them to go home after this series. Dylan Lee was a lefty reliever for them who got hurt in late August, and he's going to be out with a ruptured UCL. 4.53 ERA, 125 whip in 58 innings. He's okay, but not a colossal loss. Certainly something you can overcome there. Sean Herman only had 5 starts for them this year. He went out with shoulder inflammation, also in September. But he was mostly a AAA guy. He wasn't doing that well, so it's not a huge loss. It's probably made a little bit bigger by the other injuries, although those have mostly been on the offensive side. Well, no, it's kind of split. Volpe and Perez for the hitting, Ryan and Lee for the pitching. So Sean Herman on his face is not a big loss, but when you consider that they could have used some backup with Lee and Ryan out, it becomes a bigger loss. Darian Nunez, he went out on 9-3. Jesus, another September injury. He hadn't really done much for them. They traded for him late last year. Looks like he's been hurt prior to this. I don't know. I'm not going to figure it out because he's not that instrumental. And then Randy Baguette, or Barraget. I like Baguette better. I think we called this guy Randy Baguette in another sim I did because I remember trading him. He was part of a Bobby Witt Jr. trade I did. But he was actually a lot better than this. And yeah, we called him Randy Baguette. He's in A-ball, and he got hurt. Actually, he missed all of the year, so he's torn UCL, whatever. Okay, so there's the injuries. Now we get back to it. Going over second base was Oswald Peraza, 32 WRC plus, but only 76 plate appearances. He's better than that, but not a ton better. Like, he's kind of a 80, 85 WRC plus type, I would imagine, but solid defense. He'll probably be at the bottom of the order, and hopefully he doesn't do too much damage against us. There's Glaber. I mentioned him earlier. Nice 4-win season for him. 113 WRC plus, 21 bombs in 625 plate appearances. Decent enough defense over at third. Nicky Lopez is their starting shortstop. So yeah, we're really seeing the effects of Volpe and Perez being out, because that would be their starting second and shortstop. And instead they have to go Peraza, Lopez. And look, Lopez can pick it with the best of them. He is a god-awful hitter. 20 home run, 35 gap, 40 contact. 50 I and 65 avoid K is not bad, but it can only do so much when your power output is just so underwhelming. So yeah, he had 416 plate appearances this year, 62 WRC plus, 3 homers. So he and Peraza are going to combine to hit like 600 against us, and we're definitely going to be very, very angry when that happens. Jason Dominguez is out in left field, switch hitting outfielder. A solid profile, a nice little 3-win season, 17 homers, 9 out of 10 on the stolen bases, 119 WRC plus. He's pretty good. Per usual, he's fragile, so he's always kind of on and off the IL. This 116 games is actually kind of a spike up. 78 the year before, 66 the year before that, and a 103 the year before that. So this is actually a career high for Jason Dominguez, and he'll definitely be one to be careful with. He's their number 6 hitter against righties. Aaron Judge, the man, the myth, the legend. A little bit more of like kind of his coasting seasons here. 140 and 138 WRC plus totals are awesome, but they're not the top of the scale Aaron Judge that we're used to, especially because he missed a bunch of games in 2026. But this year, he bounced back with a full season despite having the wrecked injury proneness. He played a $159, put up that 138 WRC plus, 44 homers, 113 ribbies, 107 runs. Judge is still terrifying. Josh Lowe out in right field. He was claimed off of waivers. When did this horse shit happen? He was waived in 2025. All right, let me see what his stats looked like. I'm sure it was a bad way. Okay. That's so annoying, y'all. I don't care what the roster crunch was. He was coming off of a perfectly league average season the year before, and albeit just 48 plate appearances, which is nothing, he was dominating through 2 weeks when they just decided to waive the 27-year-old Josh Lowe. Tampa Bay did. That's one thing that I would really hope is tightened up for OOTP 25. PT 25 is perfect team. Is the roster management with waiving guys. So many of the waivings just make no sense. I'm sorry, I cannot craft a scenario where this would make any sense, because he was really good in 2023, capable in 2024. He's youngish at 27. You could have traded him for something. There's just no effing reason for that. And of course, he's come to the Yankees and just been a god. And not only that, I could at least maybe understand if stupider teams did stupider things. But the Rays are one of the smartest teams in the league. They would never just waive Josh Lowe. And that's not to say they've never made a mistake. Of course they have. You can go find 20 mistakes for every team in terms of cutting somebody or trading somebody or not promoting somebody, whatever, because it's baseball, right? And there's so many players that shit happens. but they make more good decisions than bad, and they just wouldn't make an unforced error like this. So this pisses me off. And Josh Lowe's going to be terrifying. Hopefully we can handle him here. He hit 25 bombs on the season. And Giancarlo Stanton wasn't super healthy this year, but did find 476 plate appearances, 119 WRC plus, and 34 bombs. He's upright. He'll be terrifying. You know, that little Judge, Lowe, Stanton trio there is going to be very, very scary. We need to make sure that they do not just clobber homers against us. On the bench, they have Palma, who I mentioned, the backup catcher, Brent Rooker. At age 32, he's in like a full backup role. He's mostly in AAA, but probably got called up due to the injuries. He can go yard at any moment. He's nerve-wracking as a pinch hitter, but that's really it. Gio Urshela's back with the Yankees and just kind of in a part-time role. Nothing too crazy there. And then Eddie Rosario coming off the bench as a capable lefty bat. Nothing to write home about there. So it's not a bad bench, but it's certainly not anybody like scary coming off the bench. Remember when we had the World Series last year against Cincinnati and they had Braden Taylor just coming off the bench for some reason. And let's see what Braden Taylor did this year. Oh, another brilliant season. He had led the league in WRC plus and OPS, and he didn't make their starting lineup in the World Series. That was insanity. Anyway, continuing with the pitching here for the Yankees, Ryan Pepiot is their ace over Cole, believe it or not. He had the better ERA, fewer innings, but 194 innings of a 3.52 ERA. Very good stuff there for Pepiot. He also had a 1.16 WHIP. And that was way better than Cole, who put up a 4.30 ERA with a 1.34 WHIP in 207 innings. Jack Leiter finding his footing a little bit. 194 innings for him, 4.27 ERA, 1.31 WHIP. So they've got, I would say Pepiot's kind of the stud, but then Cole and Leiter can give you 5-6 strong anytime out. They're definitely guys to be fearful of, and I will respect them for sure. Mitch Spence is a little bit of a wild card. I think he was actually just Rule 5'd in real life this year from the Yankees to, I want to say, the A's, but don't quote me on that. He hasn't pitched for them this year. In fact, he hasn't pitched at all this year. It looks like he's an injury return. And yep, he had a ruptured UCL that he suffered late September of last year, and now he's back. I guess it's pretty good timing because he's not that bad. He looks like a solid pitcher, and he can end up filling in for Joe Ryan for them. So I guess that kind of worked out. And, while he doesn't have stats, a 50-50-55 with 50 stamina is capable. So I won't even disrespect him. I mentioned that I will give full respect to Pepiot, Cole, and Leiter. I'm going to go ahead and give plenty of respect to Spence, too. And all that means is that I just won't sit here being like, oh, we better beat them. None of them are automatically beatable. First off, there's no such thing as a guaranteed win in baseball. But none of them do I think we have an overwhelming advantage against. Let's just say that. They've got a capable rotation. In their bullpen, they've got, let's sort by innings here. They've got Alex Wood, who started a bunch but then got moved to the bullpen. Why not just use him instead of Spence? I don't really understand that. He's coming off of a hell of a season, 3.53 ERA, 1.19 WHIP in 156 innings, and they go to Spence instead? That's dumb, but okay. Good unforced error. Nick Nastrini also got a bunch of starts, but that was mostly in AAA with 20 starts there, but 14 relief appearances in the majors. He didn't do shit in the majors. He's got 55 stuff, but 40 movement, 45 control. Wait, what are we looking at here? Oh, this is all levels. Okay, hang on. Let's sort by innings at the major league level. And number 2 ends up being Andre Jackson. 3.24 ERA, 1.20 WHIP in 72 innings. 72 innings over 46 games, by the way, too. So they really push him for multiple innings, which is kind of interesting because he only has 30 stamina. So I'm pretty surprised that he's getting the consistent 2 to 3 innings necessary to put up that kind of total with just 30 stamina. And he's been pretty good while doing it. CJ Weens is their closer, which is just a great name. He's coming off 70 innings with a 3.86 ERA, 1.54 WHIP. He has 40 control. That's why that WHIP is through the roof. And he has a 1.3 homer 9. So there's some shakiness there as a closer that maybe we can exploit. 34 saves and 28 shutdowns, only 10 meltdowns. I got to say, I'm kind of impressed by that. I thought maybe he was going to be more like some of our guys who've got like a bunch of shutdowns, but, almost as many meltdowns with it. Somebody like Teodo or Perez, who can be very frustrating. But Weens has kind of worked around that ugly 17% walk rate to put up a pretty decent season despite the 154 whip. So hopefully we can punish him a little bit, take some walks, and work the base runners against him. Brock Burke is one of their lefties, along with Alex Wood. He spent most of his year in Washington doing very well. They didn't trade for him, though. They signed him, so Washington must have cut him. For what reason? He had a 190 ERA and an 092 whip. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the same rant getting pissed off about that, but, like, I know relievers are fungible and they get moved a lot. There's no fucking way the Nats would just release somebody with a sub-2 ERA for 52 innings. I'm sorry, it would not happen because you could guaranteed trade something for him. So at the very least, you trade him for a C-minus level, 18-year-old prospect or something. That's just dumb. I hate that. But anyway, the Yankees have not really gotten anything out of him since picking him up. So maybe he was cursed or something. Brett Carey, 27 innings of a 633, 189 for them. They did trade for him from the Angels where he had been a good bit better. He's a 55, 40, 55. So the home runs can definitely get him. He doesn't have flashy skills. He looks more like a middle reliever than a late inning one. Justin Wilson, not that Justin Wilson. He's a right-hander with a 70 stuff, so he's kind of nasty. 221 ERA, 101 whip. I could see him being used as a late inning guy. In fact, he's their setup guy for Weens. So I think Wood, Weens, and Wilson, WWW. They got a little internet trio here. I just nicknamed it. That's off the dome, y'all. That's off the dome. We gotta travel the internet at the end of games here and make sure that we don't get defeated by WWW there. I don't know why I said travel the internet. I was thinking internet superhighway or whatever. I don't know. That part didn't come together, but I like the nickname. Okay, go with it. Carlos Estevez, 18 2/3 of a 193 ERA, 150 whip, though 150. That's pretty ugly. He had a negative strikeout minus walk rate, which tells me that ERA was pretty fraudulent. They signed him as a free agent, so he was cut by the Cardinals. And that one's a little bit more understandable because they only had 6 2/3 innings from him. He's 34. His ratings are okay. So that one I can get behind, cutting him and saying, okay, we're going to move on from him. But the Burke one is just stupid. And then Nick Nastrini, I already talked about him. And then Jose Shambuco. Now, I remember this guy, I want to say from... Damn, what series was it? I'm not remembering the series. But we turned this guy into a really, really interesting swingman where he was getting a decent number of starts, getting the triple digit innings totals out of the bullpen in some seasons. I really, really liked this guy. Was it the Reds series? Maybe it was the Reds series. I don't remember for sure, but he was awesome. And I don't know where he comes from originally. Is he an original Yankee when you start a sim? He is. So they signed him in the international market, and I've seen him pan out more than once. That was not the first time in the, I think it was the Reds, so we'll go with Reds. But that was not the first time I'd seen him be good. He's been all right in this universe, although he's just making the majors here at age 25. And I wonder if maybe they kept him down a little too long because he's pretty solid. And I wonder if they'll start him next year. If not, maybe I'll come knocking as a trade. I kind of like Shambuco. I'll go back to that well for sure. But he's pretty good too, so we got to watch out for him. Frankly, outside of the WWW, I'm most afraid of Shambuco and still Burke. Even though he's had rotten numbers for the Yankees, his ratings are still 55, 45, 55, which isn't too bad. All right, 24 minutes before we're starting. That was kind of a long run-up, but I had to go over the Yankees. Let's get into game one. How many days off do we have? 2? Oh, just one left here. 1 day off. Get everything situated. Now, they don't have any righty or any lefty starters, and they had Burke, Wood, and did they have anybody else as a lefty reliever? I was just trying to think if we need to do anything. I don't think there's anything we would change offensively, but what about their hitters? That might actually be more important for our relief. They've got Lowe and Lopez. Now, I don't care about Lopez, right? And OOTP, you can listen to me and make him get 20 hits. I don't give a shit. If he beats us, it'll be a fluke, and I'll whine about it a bunch, but it's whatever. We're not planning for him. We need to make sure we have a couple lefties for Josh Lowe, but other than that, they're pretty righty heavy. So I think looking at this, Maybe we could switch out DaCosta for somebody and just go with Elpidio and Ashby. I don't think we need a third lefty. The question would be, is Scherf a better fit? Angel Felipe? Or maybe even Brendan White? Not Brendan White. I like dominance out of my relievers. Well, what about Uribe? I know he's got that 80s stuff. You never know. And he was a playoff god for us last year. And he doesn't even have a split. In fact, he gets a 5 stuff boost against lefties. Maybe we go him or Scherf. Scherf's probably the safer bet because he has a big 15-point edge in control. Yeah, let's not complicate it. Let's just go Scherf. We'll go Scherf. We'll rock the 2 lefties. The hitting, I think, is just fine. And we don't really have anybody else that we could bring up anyway. Colton Hartman. Well, actually, I mentioned how I like Parker Meadows' skills better for the playoffs, right? Bring him in as a speedster or a defensive replacement. But we got Frelick. And he's not as good, but he also brings a much better bat than Meadows does. Maybe they're a little redundant, and we go for a bigger bat with a Colton Hartman or Clark Elliott. Well, Elliott's skills aren't that good relative to Parker, but he was a solid league average bat for us. You know what? I'm going to do it. Because I don't think we used Parker Meadows once in the Tampa Bay series. And in fairness, that was only a 3-game sample. But I'm still going to do it. I'm going to go to Hartman. This is a big bat off the bench against righties as a left-hander. And then we have a Relvis as our big bat against lefties. Because he's a right-hander. So I like that better. Okay, now we're finally starting. Again, kind of a big preamble. I didn't think it was going to be that big, but that's what she said. Ronnie Enriquez is ready to go and leading off the series for us here. Do we like that? Stone, not ready yet. Skubal, not ready. Jackson Jobe is, but you know what? We're going to go with Enriquez. Okay, so we'll go Enriquez, Stone, Skubal, Jobe. Same order we had last series. Let's get into it. They got Pepio ready to go, of course, because they didn't have to worry about anything because they didn't play in the first round. Had the space heater on for Charlotte, but she disappeared, so we can turn that off. Looking at the position battle, we lose catcher. Banfield over Bailey. We lose third base, Glaber over O'Neal Cruz. And we lose Judge over Mendoza. And then Pepio over Enriquez. But we get everything else. Torque and Brooks Lee over Goldie and Peraza. Adames, Evan Carter over Nicky Lopez and Jason Dominguez. Riley Green and Itzhak Pacheco over Lowe and Stanton. So not bad. You know I always enjoy checking these out. So a little 6-4 edge for us. Let's see what we can do. We head out to New York for game 1. I'm a little nervous about this series, y'all. I really don't want the Yankees up bats to just get going and cook us. All right, here we go. Carter against Pep to get it going. 2-2 pitch. Strikes out, but the ball gets away. Can Banfield get it in time? He's safe. Let's go. Drop third strike, leads off the game. We love to see it, but we're still going to hit the wrist here. And he is in scoring position. Carter at second, Green at first. Looks like Torque flew out, and then Green walked. So now we got 2 on, 1 out, and Brooks Lee digs in 0-2. He strikes out looking. Oof, on a really tough pitch. That was way off the plate. Horse shit. Pacheco, 1-2, and he strikes out. So Pepio ends up striking out the side, which is kind of funny because one of them reached base, but he gets around some trouble, and now we move to the bottom of the first. Nothing for them. Top 2, nothing. Bottom 2, nothing. Top 3, bottom 3. Bottom 3, they're in business. Runner on with nobody out. They got Peraza at second after a leadoff double. First hit of the game. And it'll be Banfield against Enriquez. 2-1 pitch coming. Skies one to center. Easy play for Mendoza. He's waiting. Makes the grab. Peraza pump fakes over to third and then says no. Nicky Lopez, I swear to God, if he gets a hit. First pitch swinging. It's fucking base hit, dude. It was so obvious. It was so obvious that he was going to get a hit. Let me turn off the music. Sorry about that. So obvious. And now we got to face Goldie with 2 on, 1 out. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable, dude. And yet so believable at the same time, right? 2-2 to Goldie. Struck him out. What a big punchy there from Enriquez. Glaber now with 2 down. 1-1 pitch. Uh-oh. That one's flared out to right. And it's going to get down in front of Green. 1 run will score. Long throw coming to third. Not in time, but a hell of a throw there by Green. So it's 1-0. And Judge is up now. This is terrifying. Full count. Walked him. So it'll be bases loaded for Josh Lowe. Enriquez at 52 pitches. He's kind of on the cusp now with this big inning. But I'm going to give him Lowe here. And it pays off. Torque makes a good play over at first to retire the side. So inadvertently, a horseshit-ass Nicky Lopez base hit scores the run. He didn't drive it in, I say inadvertently, but it kept the inning going. And if we had gotten him out, you never know. Goldie could have gotten a hit, blah, blah, blah. But I'm operating under the notion that if we get Nicky fucking Lopez out, then we strike out Goldie and we're out of the inning. That's all right. We're down 1-0, top 4. Nothing for us. Pepio's got a no-no going through 4. I would hate to jinx that, you know, assuming we believe in jinxes, which we definitely don't. But if it works against them, then by all means, let's jinx away. All right, so we're bottom 4 here. 53 pitches for Enriquez with Stanton, Dominguez, Peraza coming up. We'll go batter to batter here. I'm not going to hit the wrist, but I'm going to keep him in. Full count to Stanton. That's a little flare job into right center. It's going to bounce in front of Green for a base hit. All right, this is kind of pivotal. If Dominguez gets on, I think he's done. 1-0. Popped up on the infield. Easy play. Torque being called off by Brooks Lee, and he'll make the grab. 1 down. Peraza now. 1-0. Ground ball. Adames flips to second. They can't get the relay. Come on, man. There was enough time. You got to turn that. We do get the second out, though, and with 63 pitches, I'm going to give him Banfield. We'll try to get the 4 innings here from Enriquez. And Banfield's going to rip one into left center for a base hit. So that's pretty cool. Oswald Peraza, Will Banfield, and Nicky Lopez all have hits. I called it. I mean, it's the easiest thing to call, don't get me wrong, but I fucking called it. Sorry, I've got multiple F-bombs already. Not that y'all care, but I try to keep them limited. You know, anyone who knows me in real life knows I curse a good bit, but I try to keep them a little limited on the YouTube videos. All right, what do we want to do here? I mean, it's Nicky Lopez again. Basically, I'm going to let this be a referendum on Enriquez, and I'm going to make way too much of it and say, if you can't get Nicky Lopez out, maybe you don't belong on this team. First pitch swinging, you got to be fucking kidding me. It's another base hit for Nicky Lopez. It's 2-0. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried, right? Like if you didn't see this happening and I just said, and I wrote this out as like a script, you'd be like, that's too unrealistic. It's stupid. Stop doing that. It happens all the time. These low tier ass hitters have their moment in October. All the time. All right. Well, I can stop being stubborn with Enriquez. We'll go to Scherf here for Goldie. 2 on, 2 out. 1-2 pitch. Alex Scherf delivering to Goldie. And that's another rip shot into left field for a base hit. Another run will score. We can't get anybody out right now. Singles galore. Throw was close, but not in time. Oh, and somebody's hurt. Will Banfield. Oh, that stinks. That sounded sarcastic, but I'm serious. That's a bummer. So he's out. I think they said he has to get removed from the game. So we'll see who's... I guess Palma will come in. All right, it'll be Torres now. Full count with 2 outs still. 2 on. Walked him. Splendid. This is going very well. The frustrating thing about this is that it's not even homers. They literally are stringing together base hits. The one thing I was like, oh, this offense isn't very good at stringing together hits and having rallies. They're doing exactly that. So that's pretty cool. And now we get to face Judge with the bases loaded, which is always so neat. 2-2. Ball gets away. Going to score a run. Fucking sweet. Sorry, another F-bomb there, but I am absolutely livid. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a 2-2 pitch that got away. So now it's a full count with runners on second and third and 2 outs. And we still walked him. Cool. So bases loaded, and now it'll be Josh Lowe. And I already regret putting Alex Scherf on the team, so he's gone. I'm going to Ashby here. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Big freaking whoop. Top 5, we don't even have a hit yet. We still don't. Bottom 6, and they're back in business again. 2 on, 2 out. Guess who's up? Nicky Lopez. First pitch swinging again. We'll tap her to second. Finally get this clown out. This dude is the worst hitter in the universe. I cannot believe he's 2 for 3. I mean, of course I can. Of course, I played this game way too long to not be able to believe it. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Unbelievably maddening, y'all. It's all right. It's game 1. Even if we lose 10-0 here, it's still just one game in the series. So let's try not to use too many more pitchers here and claw our way back in this. You know, we're still just like a bloop and a blast from getting right back into this too. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm punting this game. Top 6, still looking for our first hit though. And we still don't have it. Bottom 6, finally a clean inning from them again. Top 7, do we finally get a hit? Hey, we got a hit and a run. Finally, Willie Adames goes yard. That'll spell the end for Pep. He goes 101 pitches, 6 1/3. 1 hit, it was the homer. 3 walks, 6 Ks. Brilliant outing for him. Positively brilliant. Who was I warming up? Oh, it was Baez, not Vargas. They're going to bring in Cade Cavalli. Did I miss Cade Cavalli, or did they add him to this? I might have just glossed over him, but he's pretty good. 65, 65, 45. Power reliever. Definitely in that circle of trust that I would consider worrisome with the WWW gang. With the Weens, Wilson, Wood. Oh, wait. Wood might be back in the rotation. Unless they took him off. Wait, hang on. I can find that out. Okay, they put Wood in the rotation instead of Spence. Okay. I don't know what the game was showing there when we were looking through it. That didn't make any sense. So they did remedy that. Spence is off the roster. I would imagine Cavalli was the replacement there. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's keep going here in the top 7. And we got another runner on. It's Mendoza on second. He had a single, then a stolen base. Patrick Bailey now. 1-0. We'll tap her to second. Easy play, 2 down. We'll get the runner over to third. Let's see if Cruz can bring him in. 0-2. He cannot. He strikes out looking. All right, so we scratch one across. It's 4-1. Bottom 7 now. We're going to give Lowe to Ashby, and then we'll make a pitching change here because he's at his limit, but we'll give him the lefty. 1-0 to Lowe, who's 0 for 3 on the day, trying to remedy that with a long drive to left, but playable and caught just in front of the track by Evan Carter, 1 down. So good job to stop the bleeding a bit there by Ashby, because Scherf, don't let that fool you. The 0 earned runs here. He gave up some Enriquez runs with a hit and 2 walks without getting a single out. But then Ashby came in for 2 2/3, 2 hits, 2 Ks, no runs. And now we got Joel Baez. He'll face Stanton, Dominguez, Peraza here. And he gets out of it. And, of course, it's the 8th inning of a playoff game against the computer, so you know damn well they're going to their closer, C.J. Weens. Talked about him in the preview. He looks very good, so it won't be easy. Top 8, it'll be Carter, Torque, Green, the top of the order. Full count. Let's see what Carter can do. Get on base. Walked him. Let's go. Torque, be great. 1-1 pitch coming. Ground ball to short. Flips to second. They can't make the turn. It'll be a fielder's choice. Riley Green now, full count. Tapper to second. Flips to short. Back to one double play. We head to the ninth. Or we head to the bottom of the eighth. So we got that walk, but nothing came of it. I'm going to hit a wrist here for him. And we go clean. Good job, Baez, by the way. 1 2/3, perfect. And we go top 9. Last chance saloon. We got Lee, Pacheco, Adames, and we need a rally against Weens. Won't be easy. 1-0 to Lee. Skied in the shallow left. Playable. Dominguez ranges over, makes the grab. It's Dominguez, Judge, Lowe in the outfield, by the way. Torres, Lopez, Peraza, Goldschmidt, third to first, and then Palma in for Banfield. As we mentioned, we saw that he got hurt. Dominguez has a 55 arm. Judge has a 70, of course, and Lowe has a 65. So we're not running very often, even against Dominguez. 55 arm, I don't want to challenge him too often unless it's, a really worthy situation to push. All right, here's Pacheco now, 2-2 pitch with 1 out. And he strikes out on that. Where the hell was that pitch? Another bad strikeout call against us. It'll be Adames. 2-2. Can he keep the game going? He rips one to left, but right at Dominguez to end the ball game. And we go down 4-1 in this one. They got going there in the third and fourth, putting up all 4 runs. We didn't even get a hit until the 7th. And it ended up being one of just 2 hits. It was a Willy Adames homer. So like I said, whether we lost close or lost big, it's still a loss. 4-1 is fine. It's not cool to lose, but I'm not worried about it. And this is as good a time as any to say my little cliche about series is not starting until the home team loses, because I believe in it. So I want to win this next game, but even if we lose both in New York, let's just go home and hold serve and then figure it out. But I like our chances here with Job. We are facing Garrett Cole, though. All right, game 2. First playoff loss of the year. After the nice little 3-game sweep against Tampa Bay. And let's see what we got going. Oh, yeah, anything changed on the Frelick scouting? Oh, it's current I. Wait, no, that's from June. Never mind. It was on high. I just wanted to get it to very high, but nothing changed. Okay, game 2. It'll be Stone. I thought Job felt wrong to say, but I couldn't remember if it was Stone or Skubal. So I just stuck with saying Job. But no, it's Stone who's going here. Makes me like our chances even a bit more, even though we are facing Garrett Cole, who, by the way, now is 37. And as I mentioned in the preview, still pretty good. 430, 134 is not a world beater, but there's a lot of good innings. When you throw 207 innings of a 430 ERA, there's a lot of good innings there. It takes a lot of good to get to that level, even if it's not ace-worthy. All right, they get the edge in the pitcher still, so it's still 6-4 with Cole over Stone. That's fine. We're still going to win. All right, let's do this thing. Carter v. Cole. First pitch swinging. Cracked at the first baseman. Nice play there by Goldie. He flips it to Cole covering. 1 down. Banfield is still nicked, but playing. He's got a sore ankle. They think it'll affect him 1 more day, so they're playing him. Nothing for us in the first. Bottom 2, nothing. Top 2, or bottom 1, I should say. Top 2, we got a runner on second with 1 out. It's Brooks Lee, and then Adames is batting, 1-1. Ground ball to second, easy play. The runner does advance to third, and it'll be Mendoza with 2 outs. Excuse me, 1-1 pitch coming to him, and he laces one into right field for a base hit. We're on the board, 1-0. Let's go. Oh, it got by him. Oh, Josh Lowe botched that one. Mendoza gets over to second. Let's go. That one bounced. aggressively. They said it hit him in the chest and kept going. So that was one that he thought he was going to play, and it skipped off that grass too quickly. If it hits you in the chest, that's got to be cooking to get out into the outfield with that kind of heat. It was 99, which, you know, is well struck. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like a Giancarlo Stanton liner. It just, you know, caught the right angle for us. All right, let's go Patrick Bailey here. 3-1. Walked him. So 2 on, 2 out. Cruz. Be great here, baby. Get a base hit. 1-0. Lifted to center. That's going to get down. Yes! Drops in front of the center fielder, Judge. And Mendoza was on his horse right away with 2 outs, so he scores easily 2-0. Bailey does advance to second. And we still got 2 on, 2 out with Evan Carter up now. 2-1. He pops one straight up into foul territory. Actually kind of straddling the line there is Gleyber Torres. But he'll make the grab and retire the side and stop the bleeding there at 2-0. Bottom 2 now. And they got a runner on second with 2 outs. Strikeout, fly out, single, and then Dominguez stole. So Dominguez on second with 2 outs. Peraza, 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Cruz fires over to first to retire the side. We head to the third, still up 2-0. Nothing for us there. Bottom 3, Banfield gets on second via a single, and then he's sacrificed over by Nicky Lopez. Thank you for the free out. It'll be Goldie now, 1-0. Flares one into right for a base hit. That's going to drop in front of Green. Throw out Banfield, for God's sakes. Will freaking Banfield scoring there? All right, I got to check it. Let's bring up the field zones. One of these days, I'll get every little thing situated properly before recording a video. I got the water filled up, went to the restroom, you know, I got all that stuff covered. I got the text correct over here, but I didn't get the field zones up. It's always like one thing. Oh, I left my water like half empty, you know, there's something. Or what, you know, I had to end a video prematurely just in this season because I had to pee way too badly. All right, so let's see where this one went. It went into the, oh, that makes it even worse. Nah, it went to 3D, and we didn't get Will fucking Banfield. This is 3D over here, y'all. Will Banfield is also compromised and not, I mean, he's a 55 base runner, so hey, credit where it's due as a catcher, but probably working at like a 45 to 50 range with a sore ankle that is moderately affecting his running. And that's pretty damn shallow. The only thing I could say is he got a beat on it right away and just believed it was dropping no matter, because there's only 1 out too, so you can't even say he had the 2 out advantage. That one's a little suspect to me, and I don't much like it. How about that? Stone against Torres here. Lifts one to center. Mendoza ranging in, makes the grab, keeps Goldie at first, and there'll be 2 down facing Judge. Full count. Walked him. Shit. 2 on, 2 out. Josh Lowe up. 0-1. Popped up. Torque gives way to Lee to retire the side, but they scratch one back. It's 2-1. We go to the top of the 4th. Nothing for us. Bottom 4. They got a 2-run homer. Fuck. And there's Will Banfield. What the hell, dude? After a walk to Peraza. Sometimes I'd like to just be wrong when I say that the, you know, bottom 3 of some dog shit order is going to dominate us. I just want to be wrong on that sometimes. I never am, but I'd like to be. Peraza and Lopez both hitting 500. Banfield hitting 750. They got 3 ribbies and a homer between them. What a joke. All right, so we're down 3-2. It'll be Nicky Lopez here against Stone with 2 outs. Swinging first pitch again, every single time. Easy ground out to retire the side. But we lose the lead. Come on, Stone, man. You got to be our guy. We needed you pretty badly here. And 3 runs is certainly not the end of the world. but I don't care. I'm gonna make it the end of the world. All right, top 5. Let's see if we can do something here. Nope. Bottom 5, 50 pitches for Stone. He's bordering like very early yellow here. It's top of the order, 3 righties. I think I'm going to trust him, so I'm going to go ahead and give him the risk. And it paid off. Let's go. Ground out, strikeout. All right, top 6. It'll be Green, Lee, Pacheco against Cole, who's up to 76 pitches, which isn't too bad through 5. We'll do one more risk for us. Nothing. Damn. All right, 62 pitches now for Stone. They've got Lowe, Stanton, Dominguez. All right, one more. Damn it. I hit the wrist, and it was a single and a steal for Josh Lowe. So 1 on, nobody out. 0-2 to Stanton. Flares one in the right. Green makes the play there. I thought that one was a classic little fist job that I thought was going to drop in front of him. Thank God it didn't. So 1 down, it'll be Dominguez. Stone's at 67 pitches. We got Murderer's Row coming up soon here with Peraza, Banfield, Lopez. See if we can get through this one. Dominguez, nope. Laces one in the left field corner. It's going to make it 4-2. All right, probably pushing him too far. I mean, Dominguez can do that against a reliever as well, so not going to beat myself up too much on that. Dominguez is just good. All right. Stone says he's still going strong, but I'm not sure I believe him. We got Coar and Perez ready. It's right, left, and then 5 of the next 6 are righties. So I think it's just going to be Coar. We save Elpidio for the next time Lowe bats. Let's see if Coar can handle the superstar Oswald Peraza. The funny thing is I actually high-key quite like Peraza in real life. He's got a great glove. I think he has a decent bat. I don't think he's like that far away from Volpe. I believe in Volpe. I think Volpe is a G, but I think Peraza is a really good middle infielder, especially for a real life team where the defense matters. But it's just in this game, like in 2027, he had a 32 WRC plus. Although, hang on. I don't want to be too disingenuous about that because I even said at the time 76 plate appearances is a nothing sample, and that's true. So we should look more at the AAA numbers of a 126 WRC plus with 20 bombs and point out that, like, yeah, he can't be expected to do that, but he's probably more of a league average type guy at the major league level. So I'll lay off of Peraza. I'm still pretty livid that Banfield and Lopez are cooking me, though. I'm going to stand by my frustration on those two, okay? But I'm going to let Peraza chill a little bit. All right, speaking of Banfield, here he is against Coar with 2 outs, 1-1 pitch, and he blasts one deep to left and gone. You got to be kidding me. Again, the amount of times that I say something and the next event makes what I said look so comically stupid, the amount of times that happens in this game, it's unbelievable. And it borders on, is this pre-recorded and you're just purposely doing this? It's not, folks. That's just how often I jam my foot in my mouth. So there it is. Will Banfield now has 2 homers. You could add, this is one of my favorite things to do, you could add his WRC plus totals the last 2 years, and he's a dog shit hitter. That'd be an 81. That's how bad he is. And he's eating us alive. 6-2. Nicky Lopez drawing a full count and then a base hit. Oh my God, y'all. This shit enrages me so much. I know. I can't just keep doing the same complaints. But it truly infuriates me. 3-1 to Goldie. He's going to lift one in the center for a base hit, and we're just getting dominated, man. And like I said, the toughest part about this with both these games is that it's not even the homers. They're stringing shit together. Now, they do have a couple homers from Will Banfield. That's the worst part, too, is the homers they have are from one of their worst hitters, and it's not even their best guys. Judge doesn't have a hit. Lowe and Stanton are hitting 143. It's the other guys. That's what makes this so much harder. 1-2 to Torres, and we finally get out of this inning, but who gives a shit? Because we're almost certainly losing this game. Again, anytime I say that, please know that doesn't mean I'm giving in. I'm just whining. Like, I'm still going to manage the best I can, try to win, etc., etc. I don't want y'all to ever think I'm just like, oh, who cares? It's 4 runs, get a couple here, and we're okay. But let's see what happens. We got left switch left here, so 3 straight lefties if Cole stays in. Let's hit him with a wrist. Hey, we got 2 on, 1 out. Let's go. Single, strikeout, walk. Cavalli came in for Cruz and walked him. So we're in business. We got the top of the order now with Evan Carter against Cade Cavalli, who's pitching on back-to-back days now. He only threw 8 pitches yesterday, so he's excuse me, he's fine. And then they get the off day, so he might even be fine for game 3. But let's get to him here. 1-0 to Carter, and he lifts one to right, but playable for Lowe. It was well struck, but Lowe tracked it pretty nicely and made the grab. 2 down. All right, we need Torque to be big here. And listen, I'm wearing my Torque Bombs shirt. I need him to go yard here. 0-2, it's going to be a punchy instead. Cool. All right, so we gag. We don't do shit there despite getting 2 on with just 1 out. And we move to the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Judge, Lowe, Stanton. And we're going to push Coar a bit here, being down 4. And that did not work. The first 2 batters are on. But with back-to-back walks. Very cool. That is awesome. Definitely what we want, too. So I do like that. I'm appreciative of that. All right, I think we're going to go to Wilmer and honestly try to get the last 3 innings from him. Ideally, we don't have to use another pitcher, but let's see what happens. Hey, another wild pitch. Awesome. That's very cool. So realistic, too. There's so many of those. Base it up the middle for Stanton. Should score 2. Hey, we made a throw out at home. There we go. They do make it 7-2, but at least we get an out at home. And now there's 2 outs with 2 on. I hit the wrist, so let's see. So Lowe was thrown out, and then Dominguez flew out, and then Oswald Peraza hit a double. I'm glad I did my mea culpa on Peraza, because now I don't feel so bad with him just decimating me. This motherfucker, though, Will Banfield, cannot say the same. So now here's the conundrum that I have, too, because I desperately want to hit 9 and hit him. If you hit the 9 key, it'll do a hit batter. Understanding how petty and lame that is, the funniest thing about it, it's a video game, right? I'm not going to hurt real life Will Banfield. But I do like to kind of clown the old school pitchers like Bob Gibson and them who were heralded for doing that. It's funny how much of a little baby I turn into when I'm managing, and then I want to do it in a virtual game. We're like, just hit him, dude. Why? Because he had success against me. Oh, okay. And you think that makes you tough? Yeah, it's very tough to do that. No, we will do it straight up. I'll pitch to him and we'll see what happens. Full count. And he lifts one to left. Playable for Carter. Retires the side. But they tack on another one. It's 7-2. We move to the 8th. Obviously, we're going to wrist it. And we do nothing. Another wrist. Nothing for them. Top 9. Last chance. I guess we'll at least play this out. Full count. Adames strikes out. Mendoza. First pitch swinging. Cracks one into right. Base hit. Let's go. Get a little rally going. Should be an easy double for the speedy Mendoza. All right. Get that little fire started. We need a little kindling. they're going to go to Andre Jackson. Even if we can't come all the way back, if we can somehow use another pitcher after Jackson here, right? Like get 2-3 runs, force another pitcher in like Weens, that would be a win. We're going for the small moral victories right now. And then, of course, obviously, if we start scoring some runs, then we'll play for the bigger victory. But right now, we're trying to damage them a little bit. 0-1 here coming from Andre Jackson. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Easy play, 2 down. So just like that, you get all psyched about the double. You start dreaming on some things. You immediately get a ground out. And now you're 1 out away from being down 0-2. 1-2 to Cruz. And that's ground ball also to Peraza. Easy play to retire the side and end the game. So we do in fact go down 0-2 in New York. Okay, not the end of the world. Puts us in a little bit of a precarious situation, but we can deal with it. We got to bounce back at home. That one was frustrating because Will Banfield hit 2 homers. 3 for 4 with 3 runs and 4 ribs. I mean, he was the game. So, what an asshole. GG, Will Banfield and the Yankees. I'll not be such a sore loser. How did we do against them during the season, by the way? Oh, we went 5-1. A lot of good that's doing us. Stanton hit 2 bombs. So did Judge. So did Torque and Green for us. Cool. Well, let's head home, y'all. Oh, and great. Banfield's going to be fully healthy now from his little ankle injury, which clearly was not affecting him. All right, so I think we're going to go to Skubal here because we have the day off. So we'll go Skubal, Job, Enriquez. Yeah, Skubal's ready to go. So they don't move him. I wonder if I don't know if it will. It should, but let's see if it moves automatically to saying that we're going to start him once we do the day off. I'm torn. I probably should have simmed game 2 because just in the interest of shortening these episodes a little bit, I think game 2s are kind of the good ones to sim because the tough part now is if I sim this one and we lose, then we're down 3-0 and it's like, oh my God, we're such a long shot. And so I feel uncomfortable. If we'd gone 1-1 in New York, I think I would have simmed this game. But as it stands now, I think we got to play them out. So if we're going to have the comeback, it's going to be a long episode. And hopefully y'all bear with me. But hey, if we got a long episode coming, that probably means that we at least fought to game 6, game 7. So they did, in fact, move Skubal up as they should. So now we have Skubal, Job, and Enriquez will be ready for the third game in Detroit. All right, here we go. Jack Leiter against Streak Skubal. It's got to be win day for you, Scoobs. We need you. Oh, we get the tie here. There we go. So it's 6-3-1 on the breakdown because Skubal and Leiter are seen as equals. All right, well, we need him to be better. So screw your equal bullshit, and you need to trump him. All right, here we are in Comerica, game 3. Skubal v. Goldie, 1-2 pitch. And it's a leadoff homer. Very cool. Very neat. Sweet. Okay, so everything about this offense is working now. And the worst part is, well, I shouldn't say every part because Judge, Stanton, and Lowe still aren't doing anything. And if they get going, then we're really freaking dead. That's all they get in the first. Bottom 1, nothing for us. Top 2, bottom 2. Hey, we tied it up. Let's go. Solo shot from Adames. The only guy who's shown up right now. I mean, he's hitting 200, but he has 2 homers. Mendoza's hitting 412. Credit where it's due. Top 3, they get a 2-run shot. And it's Goldie. So Goldie has 2 homers. And it's a 2-run shot because Will Banfield reached on an error. Wow. All right. So we're down 3-1, bottom 3, nothing. Top 4, nothing. Bottom 4. Hey, got another homer. Solo shot for Torque. Okay. 3-2. And we got 2 on, nobody out. This is the inning. Let's go. This is the pivot point. Back-to-back walks after that homer. Lighters on the ropes. We need to cash in. Itzhak Pacheco. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make an unorthodox move here in the bottom of the 4th. I maybe should have just given him the day off, but he's icy right now. And so I'm going to make a move and go to Colton Hartman here. It's a little unorthodox given the time of game, but I think it's the right move. And I'd rather just take my shot here with Hartman. Plus, I'll get a couple more at-bats throughout this game, and we'll give Pacheco a little breather since he's ice cold. Hartman, late roster addition. Swinging first pitch, deep, right center, back, gone. Let's go. 3-run shot for Colton Hartman. Pushing all the right buttons. It's 5-3. Holy crap. I was just looking for a base hit, and he said, I'll do you one better, Skip. And that's going to be it for Leiter. He was indeed on the ropes. Ooh, that was tattooed. We got to look at that one again. 419 to left or right center. That's a tough part to go yard, too. That's really the difficult area for lefties because it's that triples alley that juts out quite a bit. Colton Hartman said, no, I'm good. I can handle that. Oh, my God. Yes, dude. That just earned him the start in the next game, too. All right, bottom 4. We're still going here with nobody out. Brock Burke is in. All right, and he gets him. I don't know if it was 1, 2, 3, but he got him quick. Yeah, it was. Fly out, ground out, fly out. The last 2 were 2 pitches. So he only needed 6 total pitches to do it. That's kind of a bummer that we couldn't even run him up for a bunch of pitches. All right, top 5. Scooble's at 62 pitches, so we're definitely going to get him a wrist this inning. But I want to have the bullpen ready just in case. Nothing for them. Bottom 5. Nothing for us. Top 6. He's at 80 pitches now. Still feel pretty good. But let's see what happens here with Stanton real quick. 3-1. That's a walk. That's a bummer. Low. Full count. Struck him out. Torres. Ground ball to Adames. Flips to second. Back to 1. Double play. Let's go. That's huge. All right. Starting to get some plays when we need them. Big Colton Hartman homer. Nice little double play there. Got a 5-3 lead going to the bottom of the 6th. Burke back out there again for a 3rd inning. He's at 24 pitches. He's got 30 stamp. He's just barely in the yellow with 24 pitches. Wow. Okay. All right, we're going to do one more wrist for us. And it pays off. We got 2 on. 1 out. Walk. Fly out. Walk. And it'll be Mendoza. Shambuco's in. Burke ended up getting to 32 pitches. He pitched pretty well. 2 1/3. 1 hit, 1 walk. 2 punchies. But Shambuco came in and walked his first batter, which was Adames. He'll get Mendoza now, 0-2. And he does get Mendoza with a punchy. Patrick Bailey with 2 outs, 1-2 pitch. And he struck out looking. Where the hell was that? Man, that's another dog shit strikeout against us. Now, here's the thing. We don't see every play. So I'm sure if we dug through the game log and we could get the strike zone plot of every bat, which you can't get, but I'm saying if we could, we'd probably see some strikeouts in our favor. I understand that. But the simple fact is the ones we've seen have gone against us, and that pisses me off. Okay? And that's all there is to it. I'm going to be pissed about it. And I'm a whiny little baby sometimes. Got to do it. All right, so Peraza, Lopez, Banfield against Scooble, who's at 92 pitches. I'm definitely not hitting a RISP. First off, it's the top of the 7th. I just don't usually do RISPs this late unless the game is kind of out of reach. Apparently our long inning... Wait, no. We didn't have a long inning. I guess it was... No. When did they get tired? I mean, they're on the cusp here with our relievers. I was just going to say, our long inning was quite a while ago. But I don't really want to bring in guys when they're just warming. It's definitely anecdotal. I have not studied it enough, but I always feel like they're just a tick worse than when you get them to that full ready state. So I think I'm going to give Skubal an opportunity to get through this inning here. But we're going to take it batter by batter and see how it goes. Full count to Peraza. Struck him out. Let's go. Where was that one? Oh, easy strikeout. Now we earn our strikeouts. All right. Stupid Nicky Lopez, 1-0. Ground ball to first. Easy play for Torque, 2 down. By the way, stupid Nicky Lopez only refers to this virtual video game version. I got no beef with IRL Nicky Lopez, and that goes for all the players when I'm saying stuff about their video game character here. Just a standard disclaimer that I like to get out every once in a while, because I do say some pretty gnarly things about players that out of context would be like, what the hell is this guy talking all this trash about players for? It's within the context of the game. Doesn't mean I don't talk trash about players in real life sometimes, but that's usually more deserving than like, oh, you got a hit against me, screw you. All right, Banfield, the man, the myth, the legend is up, but there are 2 outs. 101 pitches for Scoobs. I'm going to push him against the legend here. Now, I will say, if he does anything here, I'll eat this one. I will not bitch if Banfield gets another hit, even if it happens to be a homer, because I'm pushing Skubal, but let's see what happens. 2-1. Fly ball to left. Base hit. All right, I asked for it. All right, 105 pitches, 6 2/3 strong. Let's go to Vargas against Goldie here. Carlos Vargas coming in, 65, 80, 45. Should stifle homers at the very least, but let's hope he doesn't get on a walk barrage here. 2 out, 1 on, 1-2 pitch coming to Goldie. Ground ball, Tapper back to the mound. Vargas will take it himself and retire the side, keeping it at 5-3. It's stretch time here in Detroit. Game 3 of the ALDS. Tigers down 0-2 in the series, but up 5-3 here. Shambuco back out. He'll face Cruz, then the top of the order with Carter and Torkelson. 3 of the next 4 are lefties. But they already used Burke. They don't have anybody else. That's right. I kept thinking Alex Wood was in there, but they moved him to the rotation, which was the right move, by the way. But I was going to say, what, they didn't consider a lefty. Well, even if they did, they don't have one. What are they going to do? Bring in Jimmy Key? All right, let's see what we can do here. Full count to Cruz. Struck him out. 2-2 to Carter. Lifted to right. Playable. Low, makes the grab. 2 down. And it'll be Torque with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Got a homer earlier. That's going to be a hard grounder to short. Nice play there by Lopez. Fires over to first to retire the side. So we go 3 up, 3 down. Let's head to the 8th, up 5-3. It'll be Dominguez, Urshela, Stanton here. Urshela getting the start in left against the lefty. That's interesting. Who's he starting for? I mean, why can't I not think? Oh, wait. He's in for Judge, y'all. Judge got ejected in the 3rd for arguing a strike call. Holy shit. They ran Judge arguing balls and strikes. That's amazing. So then Urshela came in, moved Dominguez to center, and Urshela himself into left. Got it. All right, wow. Well, let's see what happens with Dominguez here. Blasted deep to right, back and gone. Easy homer there. Sorry, I was sending a text to my sister real quick because she's calling me. I knew Dominguez would be scary. I have gotten Dominguez in multiple sims the last 2 seasons of this game. He was really good for us in our Marlins franchise here on the channel. And then I got him in, I think he might have been on the Montreal team. That was my big one on Twitch last year. I can't remember for sure, but I think he was. All right, so it's 5-4 now, and it'll be Urshela. Thank God this isn't Aaron Judge. Got to be honest. I will be happy that he's been ejected. Little ground ball back to Vargas. I will say, even though I know an 80 movement and extreme ground ball doesn't mean you'll give up 0 homers, it is a little frustrating anytime he gives up a homer in a key spot. All right, 1-2 to Stanton. He's going to fly out to left. Carter makes the grab, 2 down. And it'll be Josh Lowe here. With the bases loaded, I think I can push Vargas. If there was anybody on, or especially in scoring position, I think we would go to Elpidio Perez. But I think we're going to give Vargas an opportunity here, even though a homer, of course, ties it. Let's see what happens. 2-2. Struck him out. Let's go. So Vargas works around a homer from Dominguez. So it's now 5-4. We head to the bottom of the 8th. We're going to face Justin Wilson with Riley Green, Brooks Lee, and Colton Hartman. 0-2 to Green. Ground ball to second. Peraza. 1 down. Brooks Lee now. 1-1. Ground ball to first. Easy play. They're gonna let Wilson cover. Those are always funny. And we don't have to do the field charts to see exactly where it was. But the idea that Goldie would make Wilson run all the way over there, even though he was so close to first, is hilarious to me. Colton Hartman, the legend. Let's see what he can do here. 1-0 pitch with 2 outs. He's going to flare one in the left for a base hit. Let's go. 2 for 3 for the youngster, who came in as a pinch hitter on a gut feel. Hit a colossal 3-run homer that gave us the lead in the 4th inning. And we are gripping tight to that lead right now at 5-4. Let's see if Adames can come up with something big with 2 outs. Keep this inning going. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. Deep in the hole in the second. Peraza makes the play, though, to retire the side. And we head to the 9th. Up 5-4. It'll be Torres, Peraza, Lopez. We're going to go to Emiliano Teodo. Full count pitch coming. Let's see what he can do here. Walked him. Great leadoff walk to start. I was literally just about to get into my spiel about how he's a much maligned, back in the bullpen reliever in the Todd Jones, Jose Valverde, K-Rod realm, where it's like he has talent, and when he's on, he can be really good, but he's remarkably frustrating with how consistently he can kind of blow it. So starting with a leadoff walk there is just perfect Teodo. Let's make sure we got Perez and then Baez ready here. I'm sorry. I know in real life, if people are warming up when the closer's going and he's not in any trouble, that can really piss off some closers. I don't think that mechanic is in this game to get pissed off if you see someone in the bullpen. But even if it did, I would tell Teodo to shut the hell up and pitch better if he's really that worried about it, because we just can't leave ourselves without somebody ready to go at a moment's notice. Peraza now, 2-1. He's bunting, and we'll take the out. That bunt makes a little bit more sense trying to tie it. I still don't love it, but I get that they are kind of playing for 1 run, so it's not as normally stupid as most bunts are, in my opinion. Nicky Lopez now. Don't you dare. 0-2. Oh, my God. Lifted deep to right, but playable. That constitutes deep for Lopez, by the way. The runner does advance to third, and it's going to be Eddie Rosario pinch hitting for Banfield. Okay. Now, look. Maybe the game doesn't, read the current performance enough to know that Banfield's been their hottest hitter, but come on, man. I know it's a weak hitting catcher in general, but I don't think a team would do this given how well Banfield's been playing. I really, really don't. If anything, Lopez would have been pinch hit for. But whatever. At least we don't have to face Banfield. I know Rosario can get a hit, but I'm fine facing him. I will say, too, I am a little bit nervous about the always present wild pitch here. So let's see what happens. 2-2 to Rosario. Ground ball. Easy play for Brooks Lee. Boom. Ball game. We're back in this 2-1. Colton Hartman, MVP of this game without a doubt, with the colossal, massive, improbable 3-run shot. Absolutely incredible. All right. So now we're down 2-1, but Skubal pitched well. Vargas got worked around that homer to Dominguez. We got lucky that Aaron Judge got ran for arguing balls and strikes, which was pretty cool. So he wasn't up in a couple key spots. Hartman is going to get the next start as well. And like I said, we're back in business, y'all. Let's do this thing. Let's get Hartman into the lineup. You know, Pacheco had that tiny sample, 22 plate appearances. He went absolutely berserk. It's probably not that surprising that he's kind of come back down to earth here. You know, in another small sample, granted, but in these five playoff games, he hasn't really done anything. I can't be that mad about it. When you get as electrically hot as he was with a 1495 OPS, usually you come back down and struggle for a little bit after that. All right, let's do this. We're at 121. I feel like I could sim this one and then jump into game 5. I'm nervous about it, though, because we went down 0-2. Oh, we are facing a lefty here, so Hartman would not be slated to start. You know what? Even though it's lefty-lefty, I think he's a little bit better than Arelvis. Yeah, he gets a 10 eye boost, 5 gap and 5 contact against lefties. We're going to start Hartman against both right now. And look, Arelvis put up a nice little season for us. You know, 120 WRC plus and 19 bombs. Like, that's good. Oh, my God, he destroyed lefties. You know what? I'm going to play the stats. I'm sorry. I lied. Do we maybe go and play Arelvis at third and then get Hartman in? I don't think Gabriel Arias is like a must play, and I want to ride the Hartman hot hand. All right, I'm going to do that. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm not going to sim it because I don't want to when you know, one simmed loss and all of a sudden we're down 3-1 playing for our lives. But what I am going to do is I'm going to immediately jump to the 4th inning. Like, we'll do our customary first batter, and then instead of risping, I'm going to go all the way to the 4th inning and kind of cut some time off there. So it's going to be Wood v. Job with our second game here in Detroit. We need to tie this up. We need to tie this up badly. Our first pitching edge, we get Job over Wood, although Wood pitched very well this year, so it's just a ratings edge, of course. And away we go on game 4. See Job v. Goldie, 0-2 pitch. Slow roller, but Adames makes the play. Let's go. All right. Get that first out, and now we will jump to the 4th. Or through the 4th is what I wanted. All right, it's 0-0 through 4. Oh, shit. Job got hurt. After 2 perfect innings, he got hurt 18 pitches in. We had to go to Vargas. Damn, they went to Vargas? That's kind of surprising. I would have gone Wilmer, I think. You know, just for the length. If you need like a pseudo start, I think Wilmer's your guy there, not Vargas, who just pitched yesterday too. But hey, that's kind of the bummer of doing it like this, is that we didn't get to have a choice there. Maybe Ashby would have been a good choice too, but either way, Vargas would have been third at best. Okay, so let's do one more inning here. Oh, wait, never mind. He's fatigued. Oh, yeah, they got Vargas panting for error. I said error. Panting for air. And it's going to be Dominguez, Peraza, Banfield. Let's go to Wilmer here on this one. And then do the half inning. Okay, they get nothing. We'll do a half inning for us. And we get nothing. Okay, so the pitching has been nails here. Alex Wood's cooking for them. Job and a couple relievers are doing the damn thing for us here. So pick it up, top six, zip, zip, down 2-1 in the series. It'll be Banfield, Lopez, and Goldie against Wilmer Flores. And now we'll do a RISP. And they immediately get 2 on, and it's Banfield and Lopez, and you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, you got to be kidding me. We walked Nicky Lopez. Now, in fairness, he has a 50i, which is not bad. But he had a 5% walk rate, and you just don't walk a guy like that. You underhand it into the zone and challenge him. God, that's infuriating. And then how did Banfield get on? Single. Okay, his 50th hit of the series. All right, well, now Flores is up against it with Goldie here. 1-0. Ground ball to second. Flips to Adames. Back to one. Double play on Goldie. That's massive. It'll be Glaber now. 1-0. Flared to right. Green charging. Makes the grab and we get out of it. Holy smokes. First two batters on. And we get out of it with a double play fly out combo. All right, bottom six. Green, Torque, and Adames. Let's slow it down. Play out the rest of this one. Full count. Green strikes out. 1-2 to Torque. He strikes out, so back-to-back punches for Wood. He's up to 4 in the game. And a full count here for Adames. And he laces one in the left center gap here. It's going to be an easy double, maybe 3. No, he'll slide into second with the 2-out double. And that's going to spell the end of the day for Wood, who threw 5 2/3 strong. 4 hits, no walks, 4 Ks, no runs. Just an excellent outing, 94 pitches. They're going to turn it over to Esteves. This is a little curious, though, because there's a lefty coming in. Wouldn't it maybe make sense to push Wood for like one more lefty? I don't know. Carlos Esteves, 55, 55, 45. Doesn't have a crazy split. Does lose 5 stuff. Actually, he loses 5 of everything against lefties. So that actually is kind of a decent split. Statistically, he goes from a 4% strikeout minus walk against righties to -4 against lefties. Very tiny sample, but still. Let's take advantage here. 1-1 to Carter. And he hits a sharp grounder to short, but nice play by Lopez. The one thing we know he's going to do pretty well is pick it. All right, so they get out of it. We go top 7. We still haven't seen Elpidio Perez in this series. Part of that is their lack of lefties. Actually, that's really all of it. Is that they don't have go-to lefties that we have to snuff out except for Lowe, and there just hasn't been a spot where Perez has had to come in to face him. All right, so it'll be Judge, Lowe, Stanton here against Wilmer. I mean, even if Judge gets on, Elpidio's not going to be ready to face Lowe after this, so I still don't think that this is going to be his moment, but we'll see. 0-1 to Judge. He's over 2 on the day. And he grounds out, 1 down. I even brought backup water in case this series goes very long. Although I'm doing pretty well on my main bottle, so we'll see. All right, 1 down. Perez, I mean, he's warming. Like I said, I don't like to bring in guys when they're warming. Josh Lowe with nobody on. I know it's a 0-0 game, so any homer would, of course, give them a lead. But I feel pretty confident here with Flores, even against a lefty. Let's see what he can do. 3-1. It's a homer. It's like, don't say things, Paul. It's like I don't even know how to react. Like, it always happens. It just always makes me look so stupid. I'm like the anti-Tony Romo. You know, he says something about how the play is going to play out, and he couldn't be more right. It's like he's freaking had a premonition about the play. I guess the same thing happens for me, but I point out what the worst case scenario is that could happen, and then it invariably happens. So we both predict everything perfectly. It's just that I'm always predicting the shittiest things to happen. God dang it. 1-0. Stanton now. Fly ball to left. And I got to be honest, I don't regret not bringing in Perez. He wasn't ready. And then, you know, Stanton would get the lefty, and he cooks, so he could have just as easily been the guy who hits the homer. He has 70 power, 70 eye against lefties. So, you know, I'm not going to beat myself up too much on that one as far as the move. It's just so crazy how often I'm like, well, as long as this one thing would be the worst thing to happen. As long as that doesn't happen, we're good. Boom, it instantly happens. But we're only down 1-0. Let's see what he can do against Dominguez here. 2-2 from Flores. Little tapper. Bailey jumps out in front of the plate, makes the play to retire the side. But a Josh Lowe moonshot to center sends us to the stretch here in Detroit. We're down 1-0 and down 2-1 in the series. Estevez back out to face Hartman, Bailey, Mendoza. It'll be 0-2 to Hartman. That's Punchy City. Bailey, first pitch swinging. Sharp grounder to second. Peraza up with it. Fires over to first. 2 down. And it'll be Mendoza now. Full count pitch coming. Walked him. Okay. Arelvis with an opportunity here. I think we'll use this opportunity to go to O'Neal Cruz. Pitch coming from Estevez. Nope, going to fire over to first. Oh, you keeping Mendoza close, are you? I don't know if I want to get cute here or not. You know what? I'm going to go for it. Nope, they're firing over again. They're on it. They're on to me. Cruz, first pitch swinging. Drops one into center for a base hit. Get on your horse, Mendoza. I thought he was going to go to third there. We'll have first and second with 2 outs and Brooks Lee up. Brooks Lee hitting just 240 with a ribby in the playoffs. Be a good time for him to get loose a little bit. He's 1 for 3 today. Let's see his second hit. That'd be lovely. 2-2. Ground ball to first. Easy play there for Goldie to retire the side. So we threaten but do not score. We head to the 8th, down 1-0. So they've got Peraza, Banfield, Lopez. God, how often does this trio come up? Does Dominguez make the last out of the inning that often? Wilmer's at 33 pitches. I think it's time to take him out. Peraza has no platoon split as a right-hander. Banfield is probably God against both sides. No, I mean, he's a little bit worse against righties. And then Lopez. I mean, these are 2 dog shit hitters and like a capable hitter in Peraza. All right, let's just go to Joel Baez. He's got a little platoon split, but the lefty that he's going to face is Lopez. So, I mean, come on, degree of difficulty there is not high. And I just don't think this is a good spot to use Elpidio. We will use him for Josh Lowe's at bat in the 9th if it gets to that. Here we go, 2-2 to Peraza. Popped up. Going to drift into foul territory. Torque will make the grab. 1 down. 1-2 to Banfield. Struck him out. And that leaves up Lopez. Full count pitch. Ground ball to first. Torque. Flips to Baez to retire the side. So we get him 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be CJ Weens because of course it is. Y'all already knew. It's going to be Green, Torque, and Adames. We got our 2-3-4 in the bottom of the 8th. That's a great opportunity. We need to come through. Full count to Green. Weens kicks and fires. We'll tap her to second. Man, how many groundouts have we had to second and short? I feel like it's been a million. Of the plays that we've played out, I would say conservatively, 190% of ours have been ground balls to those two. Torque now, 0-1. Come on, go yard, baby. He does! No, he didn't. He didn't quite go yard, but he rips a double. I thought he got it, y'all, but it was to center. I should have known right away that going yard to center in this park is so difficult. I knew it was a big hit, though. So we get a double. He's 180 feet away. Adamas up now. 2-2. Struck him out. So we're going to need Carter to do something to bring him in. First pitch swinging. Skies deep to center, but playable. And that'll retire the side. We head to the ninth, down 1-0. We're in some trouble. Baez will get Goldie, Torres, and Judge. We'll only warm up Elpidio right now because that's who we're going to if Lowe comes up. Hopefully we get 1-2-3 again. 0-1 to Goldie. Ground ball to third. O'Neill Cruz. Fires over to first, one down. Glaber now, full count pitch coming. He's 0-for-3 on the day. Walked him. Shit. It'll be Judge. Oh-2. Struck him out. Let's go. God. It really sucks that we are 3 outs away from going down 3-1 because Judge is hitless in this series. I mean, that's just, exhibit 42 gorillion as to how one player just can't really change that much in baseball. I mean, I shouldn't say can't. It's hard. It's really, 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 really hard compared to any other sport, right? And so you can shut down their very best player, but they got 8 others. Meanwhile, and we've talked about this a bunch, but if their best player doesn't come up in the best moments to have the most opportunity to drive in runs, it doesn't even matter how well they do if the team isn't doing anything around them. So it's like no other sport. You drop 40 in a playoff game in basketball. I mean, you dropped 40. Sure, that doesn't mean guarantee a win, but that's super impactful. But you could hit 2 solos and have a great 4-for-4 day as a guy, but you were 2 of only 3 hits because the starter got wrecked. Y'all gave up 7 runs and it didn't matter. Anyway, Josh Lowe. I said we'd go to Elpidio if he came up. Here he is. 1-1. Elpidio is making his debut in this series. And that one's skied to right, but Riley is under it, makes the grab to retire the side. Last chance saloon, bottom of the 9th. It'll be Hartman, Bailey, Mendoza against CJ Weens. Does he have any split? He loses 10 stuff, 5 movement, and that's it against lefties. So a little something. But obviously, with his stuff, it drops to 75 against lefties. That's still very, very good. And then statistically, he goes from a 14% strikeout minus walk against righties to 11 against lefties. So that's a marginal difference that I don't put too much stock in. All right, Hartman, be great, baby. Come on. 0-2. I knew that was going to be a strikeout. I would have bet all my money on it. Patrick Bailey now, 0-for-3 on the day. 0-1 pitch coming. And he cracks one to left. Is that going to... Oh, that holds up. God, it sounded good off the bat. 96, Oppo. It's okay. I'm telling you, some of those sounds just sound harder, and then a lot of times they just end up being regular-ass flyouts. But they trick me for a millisecond. All right, Mendoza, last chance saloon here. Full count. Struck him out. Ball game. We're down 3-1, y'all. We are in trouble. All right, well, the home team has lost. And that was unfortunately us. So now we need to win 3 straight. But it starts with 1, I know it's a little trite to be like, oh, you're going 1 game at a time, blah, blah, blah. But those cliches are born out of a truthfulness of, and it's obviously just to kind of remind yourself, you can't get it all back at once. So just take it step by step. First things first, we got to get Enriquez over Pepio. We need Enriquez to step up. He wasn't great in that first outing. It's time for him to show how great that that regular season ERA is and how important it is. That he's not just a fraud. All right, what's going on in the other series, by the way? Seattle's up 3-1 on Minnesota, so the 2 seed is over here gagging. Colorado up 3-2 on Cincy, and the Dodgers up 3-2 on the Cards. All right. Well, it's Pepio versus Enriquez for our season, and every game here forward in this series will be for our season. Job is out, but we don't know for how long. I think we can afford to wait at least another game here because the extra arm at this very moment isn't necessary. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relievers that we can easily go to today. So I don't think we have to be like, oh, we need that arm right this minute. So let's ride it out right now and we'll see what happens. Pepio Enriquez, game 5 in Detroit. What's Enriquez done the whole playoff? Okay, that's what I thought. He didn't do very well against Tampa Bay either. So he's had 2 rotten starts. And everyone's like, where's the guy who had a 2.69 regular season ERA? Giving up 7 earned in 7 innings. Easy math for y'all. That's a 9 ERA. And it's not good. Not good. All right, game 5. Enriquez v. Goldie. And that one's blasted to right, but Riley Green tracks it down to make the play, 1 down. And away we go. I'm going to do some half innings, not some risps. Nothing for them in the first, nothing for us. Second inning goes clean for both. Actually, we can't do too much of this with Enriquez because he already runs a short count. So I'm going to slow it down here and be careful. We're going to get Coar and Ashby ready. I am going to do 1 more half inning on them, and it goes clean. They do have 4 hits, but nothing's come of it yet. I'm going to hit a risp for us here. We do nothing. So now here we are picking it up top 4. Zip, zip. Enriquez at 44 pitches, still in the green. So I won't hit the half inning, but I will hit the risp. And it goes well. Nothing for them. Bottom 4. Hit a risp for us. Nothing. Wow, these pitchers are going crazy. Pepio, he was good in the first outing. Didn't he go scoreless? I don't know, 1 run, the homer to Adames. But now he has 10 1/3 innings with 1 run allowed against us and 10 punchies. 6 walks, but we're not making hay out of any of them. All right, top 5, 56 pitches for Enriquez. He's got Lopez, then the top of the order. Now look, I've been bitching quite a bit about Mr. Lopez. I understand. Push come to shove, he's hitting 214 right now. So, I mean, that's fine. His OPS is 481. And then I amended my complaints about Peraza, acknowledging that he's pretty much 50s down the line. So he's a capable enough hitter. So really the only villain here has been Banfield. But at the same time, if I'm trying to rationalize this, Banfield going off while Judge does nothing, isn't it just kind of like, okay, maybe in a re-roll we would get Banfield to do nothing the way he normally does, but then Judge would probably go off. So I guess what I'm saying here is I don't really have any excuses if we lose. I can't pull the old, well, if freaking Will Banfield hadn't gone off, we wouldn't have lost. So in case anyone thought I was trying to pull any excuses, I want to be clear, I'm not. If we lose, they beat us. Straight up. But you know what? We haven't lost shit yet. So enough of this loser talk. Let's get this win and get to get 1-2 to Lopez. Popped up in the center. Mendoza. Easy play, 1 down. Nothing for them otherwise. I don't know why I hit the wrist there in the 5th inning, especially with Enriquez's pitch count. That was kind of an absent-minded goof there, and thankfully it didn't hurt us. But now it's bottom 5. I'll do one more wrist for us, but then we're going to start playing it cautiously. Nothing for us. We have just the one hit, and now he's up to 4 walks. Although I will say, with the 4 walks, it's 5 base runners to 5 base runners because Enriquez has allowed 5 hits. I think we're going to take our 5 scoreless from Enriquez here. He's been great. Finally gets a good playoff start there with 5 scoreless, 75 pitches. There's no need to push it, especially with Lowe leading off. It'll be Lowe, Stanton, Dominguez. I'm going to go to Ashby, and we're going to try to get a couple innings out of him. 1-2 to Josh Lowe. Strikeout victim in the 3rd. And again here in the 6th. 0-2 to Stanton. Another strikeout. Dominguez now. 1-2. Can he strike out the side? He cannot. But it's a ground ball to Adames. Backhand. Fires over to first to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still knotted at 0 here. Pepio's back out with 83 pitches. Again, 5 scoreless for him. 1 hit, 4 walks, 6 Ks. He'll get Carter, Torque, Green, the top of the order. 1-0 to Evan Carter. Had a single last time up. And that one's blasted deep to center. It's not going to get out, but it's going to go off the top of the wall. Holy crap. To do that on the fly, I pointed out every time somebody does something like that in Detroit, it is so difficult in this center field. That's going to spell the end for Pep. They had him as kind of a 1 base runner and you're out type of hook, which I can't say I've never run. Excuse me. I've done that plenty, but I will say that it can be a little flawed, right? Like if you have that quick of a trigger on him, maybe you should just take him out before the double comes, right? So I know I don't always adhere to that myself, so I'm not really throwing stones on that one. It's just one of those where it's like, once it happens, you're like, yeah, maybe I should have just not even bothered with the next base runner type thing. But anyway, it was to our benefit because now we have a runner on second with nobody out and Torque coming in against Cade Cavalli. Cavalli pitched the first 2 games of this series but hasn't pitched since. So he's pretty well rested. Let's see what he's got here against Torque. Hopefully jack shit. Full count pitch coming. And Torque strikes out looking. Where was that one? Okay, that's borderline, but fair enough. Nowhere near the dog shit strikeouts that we've seen, so we'll accept it. Not that we have a choice. Green swinging first pitch, and he goes deep to right center. Back, gone. 2-run shot for Riley Green, and we're up 2-0. That one was 426 to right center. And just like I always mention how deep it is in center, I'm going to mention how deep it is in right center too, because that's our triples alley, which is crazy deep. So a lefty going yard there is big time. 2-run shot for Riley Green. 2-1 pitch here to Brooks Lee. Grounds it over to short. Lopez over to first for the second out. And that leaves it up to Colton Hartman. And he gets a full count pitch here from Cavalli. And he laces one into right field. That's going to get down in front of Dominguez. In front of Lowe. Dominguez is in left. 2-out base hit. It'll bring up Adames. 2-0. Little tapper. Cavalli will take it himself. Fire over to first to retire the side. But a 2-run shot from Riley Green gives us a 2-0 lead as we head to the 7th. Ashby back out. He'll face Peraza, Banfield, Lopez. 0-1 here to Peraza. Skied into center. Skied into the deep infield there as Adames actually took it. I saw Mendoza charging, so I thought the trajectory was going to keep going. Full count to Banfield. Struck him out. And 2-2 to Lopez. Little flare job into left, but an easy play for Carter to retire the side. So they go 3 up, 3 down. It's stretch time. And we got a 2-0 lead trying to fight back because we're down 3-1 in the series. It'll be Mendoza, Bailey, Cruz against Andre Jackson. Straight 55s. Pretty solid reliever here. Let's see if we can scratch some runs across. 0-2 to Mendoza. That's a strikeout. 3-1 to Bailey. At least it won't be a strikeout, and it's a walk. Cruz, first pitch. Laces one deep to center. That one's going to get down. That's 3 blasted hits to center field now. That's really impressive. That's going to be an RBI double. He'll advance on the throw. And it's 3-0 with Cruz on third. Infield in for Carter now. 1-1. And they hit him. Oh, Jackson's having a tough one. Oh, Jackson. Want to make sure we got our relievers ready here. Although if we can open this up, then we don't have to go to our stud relievers. Torque with an opportunity here. Runners at the corners with 1 out. 1-1 pitch. And he laces one to left. That's going to get down. Base hit, 4-0. Here's our offense finally coming alive a bit. You love to see it. Riley Green hit the big 2-run homer last inning. What can he do here? Full count pitch coming. Laced hard. Oh, diving stop by the first baseman, Goldschmidt. He's able to slow it down, but it's not enough to make the play as Riley Green gets an infield hit. Jackson got there in time. Goldie just had a little bit of difficulty finding the grip to make the play there. So we get an infield hit from Green. The bases are loaded. The infield's in, and Brooks Lee is up against Andre Jackson with just 1 out. And he's first pitch swinging. And he's going to flare one over the top of the third baseman's head. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And 3 runs will score. It is a bases clearing double for Brooks Lee, and it's 7-0. All right, we got to check the field charts on that one, y'all. Where the hell did that one go? That allowed that 3rd run to score. All right, so it went down 5D. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. But then, even if it's one of these ones that, like, let's say it goes like this, lands in 5D, but then keeps slicing and gets into foul territory and kind of rattles around here. Even with that, so then it's going, let's say it's over in this area after it landed fair, kicked over here. I guess it could have a weird kick off of that, and we can go with that because it's not, rattling around in the left field corner. It's more here in the open foul territory. Either way, it's 3 runs for us, 5 this inning, and we can sit down Elpidio and Coar and turn our attention to Alex Scherf. And I guess still Coar because Baez, Flores, and Vargas aren't available. Nick Nastrini is going to come in, by the way. Andre Jackson just did not have it. He got all of 1 out, allowed 4 hits, a walk, and 5 runs. Hartman now, 2-1. And that one is skied into right center. Tracked down by Judge, 2 down. Adames now, 2-1 pitch. And he blasts one deep to center. Is that going to get over Judge's head? It is. It's going to hit the wall. Another shot to center field. Another double and another run. It's 8-0. We are rolling with these mammoth shots to center. They can't get out because you got to go 900 yards to go hit a home run in this park. But a lot of good is still coming out of this. That one went to the 8XLD. So yeah, I mean that's definitely going where we feel like, which is in this general area then. I know it doesn't say L here, but I assume L's left. And they have an XRD for right. So it's somewhere in this general vicinity, which again in Detroit is literally like 405 feet. So that's incredible. All right, let's keep going here. See if we can keep the scoring attack. That's a base hit up the box. Judge going to come up firing, but the runner's coming home, and it'll be 9-0. We just keep piling it on right now. 1-2. Bailey, is he going to drop one in the center? Yes, he will. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. They cannot get out of this inning. O'Neill Cruz, 2-2, and he blasts one to center, but Judge is going to be able to get a handle on that one. But a 7-run barrage puts this one in some big trouble for them. All right, we're going to go to Scherf, and then we're just going to do a half inning. They do get 3 runs. Okay, leave it to Scherf to kind of gag. He gives up 2 hits, a walk, and 3 runs. And it was on a Giancarlo Stanton 3-run shot. So, okay. Shit happens. All right, bottom 8. Nothing for us. Top 9. Let's see if Scherf can hold on here. But if not, I'll have Koar ready to go just in case things get a little squirrely. 0-1, and we're going to hit Peraza to lead off the inning. Perfect. 3-0 to Banfield. And he's going to blast one in the right center gap. That's going to get down. I would have preferred a walk. Jesus, instead it's an RBI double. Oh, no, runner staying at third there. Scherf does not have what it takes. Thought he could maybe close this out quietly, but nope, we got to go to Koar. First pitch swinging, and that's a hit by pitch. Okay, so maybe it's not just Scherf. That was Lopez that we just hit. Lovely. So nobody on, or excuse me, nobody out. Bases loaded, and the top of the order's up. Fantastic, guys. Really well done stuff here. Full count to Goldie. Walked in a run. So the tying run's now on deck. Very cool. 2-0. Ground ball to Adames. He comes home with it. Back to first. Double play. Unorthodox, but we needed it so badly. And just like that, there's 2 down. It'll be Judge, 1-0. That one's going to get away and score a run because fuck you. Full count now to Judge. And he blasts one in the left. That'll score another run. So it's now 9-6 with Judge on first. This is a nightmare. And they're going to get exactly what I was hoping for last game where I said, oh, if we can get, another pitcher to come in. Because I'm going to Elpidio here. I'm shutting this shit down, hopefully, against Josh Lowe. 2-2 pitch to Elpidio. Ground ball. Ball game. I should be happier, but I'm kind of freaking livid. Way more livid than I should be for a win. God, Scherf and Koar. What a couple of clowns, man. Just don't gag. That's all you had to do was not gag. And they're like, what? I don't know. Idiots. They gave up 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 runs. So literally everyone they allowed on scored. Very cool, guys. Jesus. All right, but we did win. And we only had to use Elpidio for 1 out. So I'll tone it down a little bit. It's just annoying. Because the worst part, though, is it makes them go back to back. But at least we get the day off, so that makes it a lot less problematic, too. All right, I'll stop bitching. All right, well, we got to game 6, which was looking dicey early on there. But now we at least want to force the game 7, at least give ourselves an opportunity here. Let's sim the off day. We'll go back to New York and try to string together 2 more wins. I think we can do it. It's going to be against Cole and I cannot think of the name. It's driving me nuts. Oh, Jackson Jobe, strained hamstring, out 3 months. Okay. No problem. I mean, we'll get the arm. So we'll go, excuse me. Let's see. Let's put him on the IL. And then I kind of want to go with Uribe, despite his 30 control. Is that stupid? Maybe we just go with one more lefty, just so that we can make sure that we don't have to necessarily just like save Elpidio for what's his face, for Josh Lowe. Although I'm looking at it now, DaCosta weirdly gets a tinge worse against lefties with -5 stuff. So the old reverse platoon. And then Angel Felipe, he has a platoon too, but he's 55, 55, 40 against lefties, which is arguably better than the 50, 55, 55. Although that extra control is pretty good. Let's just go DaCosta. Because part of what you want, you know, when with a lefty specifically, is that it will lower the ratings of that left-handed batter. So even if you have a righty who's very good against lefties, or, you know, doesn't have a split, that's still not always the best, because you want to bring in that lefty that cuts the ratings of the guy. All right. Oh God, I gotta remember to do the international free agents. I'm not going to do it now, though. This video is already 2 hours. So let's get into Game 6. Gavin Stone versus Garrett Cole. Come on, baby. We need this. Obviously. Cole v. Carter. I don't know if you guys can tell that there's this light, but our neighbors have this truck, and he always backs in his truck into the driveway. Why? So he can escape quickly. But anyway, he's got like industrial floodlights on his car. And listen, I know this makes me sound boomery and old as shit, but what's with the LED lights? These LED lights are not street legal. They're way too fucking bright. It's complete horse shit, dude. And if you have these uber bright lights that you just shine in people's mirrors, fuck you, okay? 2-2 to Torque. By the way, Carter did get a hit. I don't know why I'm playing this out, though. We don't even have a runner in scoring position, and it's the first inning. And we did not get a runner in scoring position. Let's do a few half innings again, just to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. They get 1 in the first. We get 2 in the third. And let's pick it up here. Top 4. We're up 2-1. They got a Goldie homer. And we got a Torque double that scored a run. And then Brooks Lee drove in a run somehow. Looks like with an out, because I don't see a sac fly or a base. Oh, I see a hit. Never mind. It could have been an RBI single. Anyway, top 4. Cole via Adames. We'll go back to Risps here. Bottom 4. Stone's at 40 pitches, so he's still pretty good right now. But he's in some trouble now because he allowed the first 2 batters on. Walk, then a double by Josh Lowe. So runners at second and third, nobody out. Yikes. Well, obviously we're sticking with Stone. He's only at 46 pitches, but we're going to need a lot of good work here. 1-2 to Stanton. Struck him out. That's huge. Dominguez. It's early enough that I'm going to attack. I considered walking him here, but I don't want to load up the bases for Peraza and Banfield. So we'll just attack. 0-1, and he flares it in the left. That's going to be 3-2. Oh, especially because he made an error on it. I think the run was going to score anyway, but that just ensured it. All right, we're down 3-2. Shit. Peraza now 0-1. Ground ball to Cruz. 2 down. And Banfield. Full count. Walked him. Nifty. Nicky Lopez. Fucking wild pitch for a run. I'm so... Calm down. I'm so close to turning wild pitches off. I'm not even kidding. There are so fucking many. It's unbelievable. It's so stupid, too. So many runs scoring wild pitches. It's impossible. 4-2 now. And then Nicky Lopez. Okay, thank God that one died. Nice little sliding catch there. A hitter with actual power, I think that one gets in the gap, but thankfully Nicky Lopez is a comically horrendous hitter in every conceivable way. All right, top 5. We got 2 on, nobody out. Pick up your spirits, Paul. Stop being a little crybaby. Single and a walk. 2 on, nobody out. Torque, be great, baby. 2-2. Pops it straight up on the infield. That is the direct opposite of great. Infield fly. And that's going to be it for Cole. Wow, so they're taking Cole out after 4 1/3, 2 runs, 7 base runners, 94 pitches. I mean, he's 37. He's not, capital letters Garrett Cole anymore, but that still feels like a quick hook for Cade Cavalli against the lefty again. Didn't they do this last time? I mean, he's got a pretty good split, but it's still weird. Riley Green, 1-1. If we do nothing with 2 on, nobody out, I'm going to freak. That one's getting down. That one's going to go to the wall. Into center field, Riley Green, 2-run double. And he's going to go to third on the throw, and we're tied, baby. Let's go. And now the go-ahead run's 90 feet away for Brooks Lee with an opportunity to get his second ribby of the day. 3-1. They don't want that smoke. They walked him. So runners at the corners now, and it'll be Colton Hartman in a 4-4 game with just 1 out. Full count pitch coming. And he blasts one deep to right. Back. Gone. Colton Hartman, another 3-run homer. And we're up 7-4. Holy crap. Colton Hartman is the man. Put him in on a whim. He hit a 3-run pinch hit homer. I've kept him in since. He's only gone 1 for 7 in the subsequent 2 games. But now 1 for 3 with another 3-run homer. I would say that move has worked. Cavalli, tough one. They'll go to Brock Burke here. Adames, still with just 1 out, by the way. Brock Burke. Ground ball to short. Adames is out. And it'll be Mendoza with 2 down. First pitch swinging for Mendoza. Pops one up. Who's going to take it? Looks like it'll be third baseman Gleyber Torres, and that'll retire the side. But a 5-run inning gives us the lead 7-4. It'll be the top of the order here with Goldie, Torres, Judge against Stone. He's at 65 pitches. I don't think I want to do that. Let's see. Who do we want to get warmed up here? Didn't I have somebody warming? Was it DaCosta and somebody else? DaCosta and Coar. Yeah, we'll stick with them for now as the guys to warm up. It is just the 5th inning. I don't think we can go to Teodo and Perez just yet. 65 pitches for Stone with right coming up. I'm gonna risk it and hit the risp. And it worked. Let's go. All right, I think that's going to be it for Stone, though. We'll take 5 innings, 4 runs. Not a great outing, but hey, he's leaving with a lead. Top 6, nothing for us. Bottom 6 coming, 79 pitches for Stone. It'll be Lowe, Stanton, Dominguez, and we'll go to DaCosta. Oh, shit. Okay, he's ready. Let's get Coar. Whoops. And Baez, maybe? Yeah, Baez. We'll get a couple righties going. But let's see what DaCosta can do here. First pitch swinging for Lowe. And he freaking destroyed that. That's a double to the wall. Almost got out. Is there any wind? Because if there's wind blowing in, then I would say that probably was the only reason that wasn't a homer. Wind blowing in from right at 13, which of course doesn't directly affect center field, but you could see how that would still affect it. So I'm going to say that was probably a wind-saved homer. All right, DaCosta against Stanton now, 2-2. And there's a homer. Wind ain't saving that one. It's 7-6. Okay, well, cool. That is fun. I guess the question is, where do we go, though? Can we trust Coar? How's he been for the whole postseason? Oh, he's been wretched. He's also given up runs, 2 runs in each of his last 2 outings, both of which only went 2/3 of an inning. He did throw that 3 scoreless against Tampa Bay, though. So, 1 amazing outing and 2 dog shit ones. He was great on the season, so we do know that. I think he has a relatively tight split, too. And no, he loses 5 stuff in movement. Shit. I'm going to make a foolish decision here, I think. I'm going to see if DaCosta can get Dominguez out. 0-1 pitch coming. I don't know if it's that foolish. The righties aren't that good that I trust him that much. It's a ground out. I'm a little nervous here in this middle portion. I don't really trust anybody. Our bullpen depth, it was a good bullpen on the season, but when it comes to managing the games, my trust in these guys is light. All right, 1 down for Peraza. Come on, DaCosta. What can you do here? 1-0. Little tapper to second, and it's going to be an infield hit. Unbelievable. Banfield now, 2-1. And he just tattooed that one, but it's going to be drifting. And, oh my God, it's an error. Riley Green dropped it in foul territory. By the way, he didn't blast it as much as I thought off the bat. It ended up just kind of being in right field foul territory, pretty easily playable, but Green botched it. Oh my God, if this turns into something, I can't. An error cannot be the reason that we lose. Full count to Banfield. Struck him out. The runner does go, but Bailey lost the grip on the ball, so he can't throw out Peraza. But we do have 2 down. They're going to bring in Urshela as a pinch hitter for good old Nicky Lopez. I'm going to go to Coar here. And Urshela's first pitch swinging. Great. We'll tap her to short. It's going to be another infield hit. No, thank God. Okay, so they get a 2-run homer from Stanton to make it 7-6. But we still hold the lead here in Game 6. Top 6, as I just keep saying 6. With Brockberg against Torque, Green, and Brooks Lee. 2-2. Struck him out. 2-1 to Green. Tapper to short. Easy play. Is that going to be Peraza then? Okay, so they moved a bunch of stuff around. Peraza to short, Torres to second, Urshela to third. 2 down for Brooks Lee. 2-2 pitch coming. Laced into left, but a diving play by Dominguez retires the side. That was a sinking liner, and he laid out for it. All right, well, it's stretch time here in New York. We're up 7-6, but it's precarious, to be sure. It's going to be at top of the order with Goldie Torres, Judge, excuse me, against Coar. 1-2 pitch coming. Goldie, grounder. Torque takes it, 1 down. Glaber now, 1-2 pitch. Got him looking. Where was that? Okay, we stole one a little bit there. That one's on the edge. We'll take it. And now Judge with nobody on, 2 outs. 3-0. Walked him. I kind of get that, right? He can still do a lot of damage in a 1-run game, even with 2 outs. So being careful to him makes sense. We got to go to Elpidio against Josh Lowe. And let's see what happens. 2-2. Coming from Elpidio Perez. Ground ball to second. Brooks Lee fires over to first to retire the side. Thank God. All right. Top 8. Justin Wilson coming in, the right-hander. The new Justin Wilson. And we need runs. Colton Hartman, key 3-run homer is the reason we have a lead right now. Could use some more. 2-2 coming. Wilson fires. Hartman strikes out. 1-1 to Adames. He lifts that one into medium left. 2 down. And Mendoza, 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. So after that big 5-run barrage, we've had 3 straight scoreless innings. We head to the bottom of the 8th, up 7-6. It'll be Stanton, Dominguez, Peraza. I know it's a lefty, but I'm not just getting one batter from Elpidio. He's a 70, 60, 55 against righties. He's got to step up for us in the biggest spot. 0-2 to Stanton. Punchy City. 3-0 to Dominguez. Come on. Walked him. Dominguez is a 50-I. All right, Peraza full count. Back-to-back walks. Are you joking me, dude? All right, superstar Will Banfield up now. I know it's like 5 righties in a row, but I still feel like even with the back-to-back walks, we got to trust Perez. 19 pitches, 2/3 of an inning. Like, he's got to be the dude, even against righties. I know Will fucking Banfield's hitting .412 this series, but we got to see what's up. 0-1. It's 3-run shot. You got to be fucking kidding me, dude. You got to be fucking kidding me, dude. 9-7. That's unbelievable. I mean, that is truly unbelievable. Like, it's not even funny to me anymore. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And I'm fine if you are and it's making you laugh. But I am legitimately angry. I hate Elpidio Perez, too. The video game version. I don't know if he's a real player or not, but just the video game version. I don't even care. Like, obviously, I'm going to fight here and try to get these last 2 outs and then scratch some runs in the 9th, but I'm just so angry. Why Will Banfield? Why? Why? It's so stupid. They take it too far, right? It's like, yeah, I know sometimes 8-9 hitters come up with big playoff series. Not like this. Will Banfield hitting .444 with 3 homers and 7 ribbies. Fuck out of here. 0-2 to Urshela. I think I'm trading Elpidio, by the way, and Teodo. I don't trust either of them, and the simple fact is I might just go get guys that have similar profiles, just that I actually trust, that aren't the biggest fucking losers when the game's on the line. You know? Just try that out for once. Maybe not fucking gagging every opportunity. All right, here we go. Top 9. It'll be Weens against Bailey, Cruz, and Carter. It's not going to be Bailey. But I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe we keep the interesting story going here. You know, we brought in Hartman as a pinch hitter for Pacheco, and he's just kind of taken off with the job and run with it. Maybe now Pacheco gets a redemption here as a pinch hitter and see if he can kind of help us get something started. That'd be better if it was like, if we were only down 1. Being that we're down 2, I wonder if Frelick's a better option because we just kind of need to get on base and get something started. So I'm going to go Frelick. Let's see what he can do here. Full count. At least he worked it full. He does strike out, though. All right. Cruz. 2-2. Strike out. And it'll be our season here for Evan Carter. Got to keep it alive or else we're done. 2-1 pitch to Carter. Lifted to center. Looks playable. Judge camped under it. Makes the grab. Ball game. Series. That's a tough one, man. I got to be honest. I'm fucking livid, y'all. Torres, Judge, and Lowe sucked shit. And we lost because of Will Banfield. Stanton had 2 homers, 6 ribbies, and Goldie had 3 homers, 7 ribbies. So it wasn't just Banfield, but it was Banfield, Goldie, and Stanton. 2 out of those 3, sure. Why did it have to be Banfield with him, though? God, that's maddening. Of course he got Series MVP. We're already over 2 hours. Unfortunately, it's going to make some of y'all think that we came all the way back. Because I was like, oh, if it's a long episode, we probably had to fight and come back. We got it to 6. That's something, I guess. Is it? Does it matter? I don't know. It's a bummer, y'all. But that's the beauty of playing this game. You know, push come to shove after all the whining's done. It is kind of cool. Like, that it's, you know, baseball is that any man can do it type of game. And like I always say, when we're the ones getting these, when it's my boy Drew Romo popping off, I don't think anything of it. I'm like, yes, this is the greatest. Screw the team we're playing. They can cry all the way, you know, back home. But when it's against us, rage-inducing. Absolutely rage-inducing. But anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I'll come back next episode, finish up the playoffs. Looks like the Reds came back to win against the Rockies. The Dodgers held on against the Cards. The Mariners win 4-2 against the Twins. And, of course, the bitch-ass Yankees beat us. So it'll be Yankees, Mariners, Dodgers, Reds. And we'll see who ends up winning that. We'll set up the offseason and everything. I'm going out of town this weekend, but I should have enough episodes to cover the weekend so that I can come home on Sunday and hopefully after watching a Lions playoff victory, get the offseason going. But thank you all so much for watching. Been having a blast with this one. We'll get them back next year. Peace.